Listen. I love it, man. Nah, good vibes. All right, we are here, man. Listen, let's hone it in, bro. Episode 123 of the Master and Creation Podcast, man, where everyone is a master of their own creation, man. We have, of course, another special guest in the building. This man is an artist. He is very, very active in this community, man. Just an overall creative dude, man. We got Neek James in the motherfucking building, bro. What's going on, man? My man. Absolutely, bro. Of course, bro. Absolutely, man. Bro, appreciate you taking the time, man. And I feel like, I don't know, like people may think that prior to the show, I know these people. You know what I mean? But, bro, it's like the first time we're meeting, man. Like, bro, I'm very excited because, like, just like, you know, in my research, man, I was just kind of like getting very familiar with just like, you know, all the stuff like, you know, you're involved in, bro. And then just like your whole, like, you know, journey, like throughout the city, bro. And like, I'm very, you know, interested in like, you know, curious just to, like, you know, kind of see your story, bro. And like, just see how you've evolved, you know, just like not even as an artist, but just like, as a member, bro, of just like, cause like you're very active in your community too, you feel me? So like, it's just like, you know, dope to see those efforts as well, man, which is, it's pretty much, you know, what we're all about here. That's our tagline, community and content, you know what I mean? So, you know, you're definitely, you know, feeling the role there, bro. But just hopping in, I mean, where in Pittsburgh are you from, bro? Like, are you from Pittsburgh originally or?
Yeah, so
okay.
I am from Pittsburgh. I was actually born in like the Homestead area.
Okay, yeah.
That was like my younger years.
Yeah.
Like most of my teenage life was like Highland Park.
Okay, word.
Highland Park, but I live on the north side now.
Word, fast, okay. How was life? I mean, just even like, you know, growing up. I mean, like, cause like you said, like you were born in Homestead. Would you make the jump to Highland Park?
Yeah. So we probably moved to Highland Park when I was in like 5th grade.
Okay, all right, word. All right, just like 10, like 9, 10 type shit. Okay, word, all right.
Most of my memories is from Highland Park.
Word, no, for sure, definitely.
Yeah, but it was good. I mean, I now that I work in the community,
yeah,
been exposed to different people's stories,
sure, yeah,
struggles and whatnot. I can say like my life struggles weren't as
anything crazy, right? Yeah, right. Facts. Yeah, right.
But you know, we all struggled. Like we weren't rich.
Yeah, no, I mean, bro, and it's just like I don't know, and like you know, people definitely like have their own struggles, but like I also was like at the same time, I feel like people think that it's like you know, like a badge of honor, and listen, if you can make it out of that, like that is super dope, but. Listen, I got presents on Christmas. I'm not mad about that. Like, I'm cool with that. Yeah, you feel me? So, no, bro, I you know, I totally understand that, you know, and just, you know, even kind of going to Highland Park, bro, like, were you always just like a creative kid? Were you like always outspoken? I mean, like, you know, that's kind of like the telltale, you know, for everyone in like the entertainment creative, you know what I mean? Like, they're always a rambunctious kid in some sense, you know what I mean? Like, was that like the same for you?
Yeah, so I grew up, I'm the oldest of 3 kids, right? So I was always the one to trial and error first, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I won't say I was like the most rambunctious. I was really like the one my mom could always depend on.
Right.
I was always the responsible one, but I was always creative. So
yeah,
I was
right.
always like willing to take risks and try things. Like,
yeah,
music was something I always wanted to do, you know what I mean?
Definitely.
But so was wrestling. Like I really wanted to be a wrestler.
Really?
Like,
bro, dog.
That was my goal.
Not even because I fuck with that, but not to take us off the rails. I'm a lifelong wrestling fan, bro. So you tell a nigga, I wanted to be the Undertaker, Randy Orton, Kurt. I wanted to be, bro. Like who are you telling, son? Like for like a 2-year period, I thought I was Christian. You know what I mean? Yeah, bro. Like I swear, I'm looking for the peeps. He's like, nigga, we're in Target. It's like, all right, yeah.
I feel like wrestling helped me through so much in life. Like I used to just adapt, like just the idea of being in the wrestling world, with the ranks, the championships, the roster, to school, to work, to everything.
Absolutely,
I really
bro.
used to push me through. Like.
Dog, wrestling is everything, bro. Like if you really like dissect it, bro, everything is wrestling is a product of everything.
It's like a soap opera, for real.
Dog, for real, nah, bro, Neek, let's chill out. Dog, I was about to say, but this could turn into a whole other podcast, bro. So, nah, man, but like, I definitely get that. So, just as far as like, you know, just being interested like in you know music and you know, just like you know other creative ventures, like, would you say that like you're like the soul is not like the right word, but like, were you just like the main creative in your family? Like, did your siblings have that like kind of bug too, or?
Yeah. So my dad, I don't really got a relationship with, but he's actually a professional singer. He sings
that's crazy.
For Patti LaBelle and Shaka Khan, all these people. Like,
oh, okay, so some like the lesser known names in the industry.
Background,
fucking legends, like
But seeing him on stage, I always knew like whoa, I want to do that. And then my mom, she also sings. She more so sings in like choir, you know what I mean?
That's beautiful.
But she used to always put like talent shows together with the family, forcing me to sing like Johnny Gill. I can't sing. But back then, she used to think I could.
Yeah, right.
So she would force me to sing like Johnny Gill, and I don't know, like I always just enjoy entertaining people, and I always been like the goofy, more lighthearted person.
Right.
Family, you know
Dope.
I mean? My family is very outspoken. They be ready.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you're right.
Usually like the neutral, like, calm down.
Everyone calm down, like chill the fuck out. Yeah, nah, facts. I feel that. So just like as far as your own personal like, relationship with music, like how did that evolve into like, you pursuing your own, music career?
Yeah. So like I said, I've always wanted to do music, you know what I mean? But growing up in my time, my family, my mom, like, that wasn't realistic.
Of course, right, of course.
Go to school to be a doctor, a lawyer, whatever. You know what I mean? You got to do something legit.
Type shit, right.
I never took it serious. Like, I used to sing at home. I used to write. When I was in high school, I was actually in a group with my friends called Black Mob, and I was like the sing rapper or whatever.
Yeah, right.
So I thought I could sing. Really, the pandemic is what gave me the push. Like, I was sitting at home in the pandemic, bored as hell, and I'm just like, I write. I'm also a part of the ballroom community.
Okay.
So in the ballroom scene, I commentate sometimes, which is kind of an adaptation of rap. But it's crazy.
And just because, like, and forget my ignorance, what is the ballroom scene?
The ballroom community?
Yeah.
So I'll give you a short answer.
Right, yeah.
But the ballroom scene basically is a community that was created in the 1960s, Harlem Renaissance era of New York.
Word.
It was created as an alternative kind of universe for LGBTQI plus people of color.
Okay.
And X as well.
Yeah.
That oppose like our white drag circuit and also just our mainstream cis and hetero community as well.
Yeah.
So in ballroom, you be whatever you want to be. There's 25 plus categories. You can walk fashion. You can Vogue. You, I'm sure, have seen Madonna strike a pose or like tape.
Yeah. Nah. Facts.
Vogue is the most popular.
Yeah. Nah,
but
facts.
Outside of the entertainment, it's really about creating family and exploring and finding yourself.
Yeah, right.
So in ballroom, I was able to literally try a bunch of different things to figure out like who I am, like what this personality is, where's my confidence.
Facts.
It's also about being judged. You're being judged in whatever category you watch.
Okay,
so
word, yeah.
It builds up some,
Right, right. Yeah, no. Just like just like performing, bro. Just like getting in front of people and like, just being watched doing what you do.
Yes,
like facts.
Exactly. That's it. It's our own
Yeah.
little world. Like, and so
it's right here with the mic.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you good, bro. You straight, bro.
But I started in the ballroom scene, and that's what really gave me like my creative energy,
like
and confidence, for real.
Yeah.
And then the pandemic, I was sitting at home bored. We're working remotely from home.
Yeah, right.
24/7. You know what I mean? And I was just writing stuff, and I have a friend. His name is Christopher James. He's actually my musical collaborator.
Yeah, Zophar, right? Yeah, bro. Yeah, no, and I don't want to dive too deep into that yet, because like, we're gonna get, but like. I totally get just like, as you like, starting your journey, like you said, like even like you were writing prior to like the pandemic. When did that start for you? Like
writing? Probably it was 2020.
Okay.
Probably like fall 2020.
Okay, word.
That's when it all started.
So. Was it just like mainly poems? Like was it like strictly lyrics or like?
Actually, so it started as ballroom commentations.
Oh, okay, word. All right.
I had this idea. I'm like, I want to chant to rap beats or whatever. You know what I mean? So I started experimenting with that, like how I could turn this chant into an actual rap verse or a song or whatever. And then I met Chris, and then we started playing around.
Interesting. No, that's crazy. So I mean, like, just like, even, jumping in that, since you're messing it, man, you and your homie, Zophar James, like, that's his, artist name, you formed, and like, I was trying to figure out how to pronounce like the group name, but is it Super NXC or Super NNC?
That's good. You was right the first one.
Yeah, okay. Super NXC? Okay, because like I know like the X is like, like they use it as like, and or like, type shit, you know what I mean? But like, okay, but like I didn't know if you pronounce it or not,
Most people call us Super Nicks.
Okay.
So you did good. I'm like,
Super Jalen Brunson, right? Yeah.
I'll take it. Just get the super.
Right, yeah, right. No, facts. But nah, bro, like you said, man, 2020, like, y'all linked up, man, like, y'all made the group. So just, bro, speak to that time, bro, that just like, what led to y'all collaborating. I know, like, obviously the pandemic was a very formative time for, the earth, so like it just was, just like a big reset for everybody. So like, what led to that? What was kind of going on, with you mentally? Like, did Zophar approach you? Did you approach him, with the idea? What kind of led to that?
Yeah. So, I think I mentioned to Chris that I was writing. Chris mentioned to me, oh, hey, I'm writing too. And then we were like, we should write together.
Okay, word. Oh, yeah, okay.
But Okay, and just so you know,
yeah.
So it's spelled Exofer or with an X, but he pronounced it Christopher. So,
Okay,
yeah.
okay,
I
got
did
you.
that too. Like,
got you. Okay, yo, Christopher, my bad. I saw the X and I was like, no, he wants me to pronounce that. I know. It's in the name for a reason. Like, yeah.
His own group member, I used to do that. I used to call him Exofer.
Yeah.
Like,
That's mad funny. No, that's hilarious.
Christopher,
my bad, my nigga, bro. I apologize, bro.
Yes, no. But yeah, we were just like playing around with it. What actually motivated me to start doing it, I guess, was I was in a dark place for real in 2020. Yeah. We had newly just started our we didn't just start it, but we just moved into our building from UT Pittsburgh.
Yeah, absolutely.
We had one good year, 2019, then the pandemic hit us, right?
That's fucking.
So it was kind of like, oh my God, what are we gonna do? Like, you know what I mean? Like, how are we going to sustain through this? So I was kind of in like a dark place, and that as well as with some of my relationships with people as well.
Yeah.
So it was forcing me to write versus go to Facebook and social media and talk stuff like on social media. You know what I mean? So I was just putting it into songs, and then I shared one of my songs with Christopher. Chris told me, hey, I'm actually writing too. This is something I've always wanted to do. And just a side note, Chris and I, we share hats in a lot of different capacities.
Sure.
So he was the president of my board for my organization. We used to work together at the Kelly Strayhorn Theater, and that's really how we met each other.
Okay.
And now we're musical collaborators.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, we shared the music, and then we just start experimenting and exploring. Like, I really am rooted in ballroom, like I said, and hip-hop is something I'm into. Christopher is from Trinidad, so he's into the Caribbean sound.
Yeah, right.
Reggae, soca, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So we started realizing how many similarities between ballroom music.
The intersections of.
The intersections of it, and how we can make sense of it all.
Yeah,
you know
right.
what I mean? And just how much of the challenge between, like, our styles actually were what made us special. So yeah, we really started diving deep in it and exploring. We brought some friends in to kind of like give us input and help us go in the right direction, I guess. And yeah.
Nah, bro. I mean, and it's just funny just because, you know, I mean, again, you talk about being in a dark place, and I'm not gonna go into it just for the sake of the people that watch the show, because bro, I've beaten this over the head with them. But I mean, bro, again, 2020, man, like I feel you on that, bro. 2020 was like a super dark place for me, bro, and like it you know, it took me moving here to, you know, kind of get out of that. You know what I mean? Yeah, bro.
How long have you been here?
I've lived here for 3 years.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, man, I moved there at the top of 2021, bro, and yeah, bro, I was just in you know.
The
pandemic shit, bro. Yeah, bro. Like pandemic shit. I was living in Colorado prior to that, so like the pandemic forced me to move back home to Maryland, and from there I moved out here. But bro, super crazy budget. Just kind of going back to you and Christopher, bro. Like, so after y'all formed, like I know like y'all were making music prior and recording, but I don't know if y'all released anything when y'all initially formed, and like y'all dropped shots a year after y'all formed, right? Which is kind of crazy, and that's at 16K on Spotify right now alone. I'm not sure what else is at, but just a little, just a little bit of that, But yeah, man, I mean, just kind of like speak to the process of like releasing your first song, just like your first music act as a duo. How did shots get created? What was that process like for you? Like,
so it was strenuous for real.
I'm sure, bro. I'm sure.
Both of us, like I said, we worked at the Kelly Strayhorn Theater. That's initially how I met Chris. Right. So we work behind the scenes. You're putting events together. You see the time, the effort that it takes to produce something, So when we were trying to brand ourselves and piece together what Super NXT was, we didn't want to just throw it out there and nobody take us seriously.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Because outside of what we're doing now, I mean, people had not known us to be musicians,
Yeah, right.
So we wanted people to take us serious. So we did, for the first year, we trialed and aired through live performances. Like, we got a lot of songs like that.
Okay, so like y'all were even performing, before y'all released.
Yeah, like
literally. Okay, word. All right.
Like 3 months after.
Okay, word.
Figured out like.
What would you tell audiences? Just like, yo, like we haven't released this shit yet, but fuck it, like
it was like, this is some new stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll release it if y'all like it.
Yeah, right.
Shots was like a favorite. That was like an easy favorite,
right.
That we realized. So that was the first thing we went with, and then the next thing was the recording process.
Of course, actually making the joint. Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
It's one thing to perform it live, but then when you get in the studio, everything sounds different.
Yeah.
Figuring out how to like match our energies and stuff. So that
mixing,
was
mastering, all that crazy.
Money, you know what I mean? Like,
the main component, like, bro, because like I mean, and just like even watching Mike do his thing, bro. Like I've just seen this process over and over again, and bro, like quiet. I mean, like not really quiet is kept, but I don't think niggas really understand the financial aspect. Like this shit, like you look up and it's like, damn, I gotta pay bro for this. I gotta pay, time for this. You know what I mean? Next thing you look up, you $1,000 in. You $2,000. You like, oh shit.
Literally.
How much do I fuck with music? Like, I don't know. Like, maybe I might just want to listen rather than create this shit. Like,
the fact you're getting what 10 cents per stream or something.
You know what I mean? And like, this is like initially in your career before you can even talk about how much you're making per stream.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So it's just like, bro, like it's just like and like I think that's like the lifestyle of an artist. Just like kind of like looking up a hill like that and being like, yo, this shit is gonna be crazy, and I know I'm gonna put more potentially in at least at this moment.
At the start,
at least at this moment, like then I may get back.
Yeah.
But fuck it, I fuck with this.
That's why you got to be passionate about it.
Exactly, bro.
Because it's what you want to do.
Exactly, bro. Like too many niggas are trying to be artists just for like, I guess, the sweat. And like when I say too many niggas, I'm just talking generally. I'm not talking about anywhere specific. Like
pandemic, bro.
Yeah,
everybody popped out.
Yeah, with something, bro.
Swear to God, that's what we was like. We want people to take us serious, and I think we're just like doing it because
it's a page for this. I'm just like, I don't even know what you. All right, whatever, whatever, man. Like, who am I to judge? You know what I mean? But no, bro, like like you said, man, not to cut you off, but you really got to have a passion for that shit, bro. So, yeah.
It is important. Like, it got to be something that you're doing because this is what makes you happy. Because ultimately, most of us aren't going to be Beyonce. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
right.
At the end of the day.
Right.
So, like, you got to figure out, like, what winning looks like for you. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And whether that's just that you getting a consistent 20K streams per month or maybe you're a performance artist. You know what I mean? And you live off of booking. I mean, that's really where the money's at.
Yeah, like the gigs and all that shit. Yeah, really facts. Yeah. So, I mean, like, and like, that's even a grind. Because, like, I've even talked to some artists. I mean, bro, I've talked to some artists that fucking gig like fucking 360 out of like the 365 days of the year, damn near. I mean, like, that's an exaggeration, but like for like a majority of the year, they're gigging.
They're booking.
Yeah, bro. I'm just like,
and
damn,
that's a
like,
blessing,
fat, right?
Are not easy.
Yeah, no, exactly, right. And like, it's like it takes reputation, like it just takes like the reps, bro. Like
relationships,
exactly.
Like,
no,
everything.
Definitely.
I feel like the hardest thing is like finding your crowd. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, absolutely,
like,
right.
When you find them, then you got to keep them.
Yeah, exactly. No, like you got to respect them and keep them, bro. Because like if they're you can eat off, bro. If 100 people fuck with you, bro, those 100 people can show up everywhere. Exactly, you know what I mean? And then like they know somebody. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, like let me put you on, and bro, like you can eat off 100 people fucking with you. Like
I would appreciate 100 people that just appreciate me versus 1,000 people that I'm faking.
Kinda,
you know what I mean?
Right. They're like some come, some
to make people happy, like
type shit, right? Even like this is just me being like a fucking nerd, but like with your singles, like you dropped Don't Come For Me on SoundCloud, but that's not anywhere else. Was that technically like your first single?
That
technically
was our very first one.
Yeah. Facts.
That was like the try to figure out. That was our try to figure it out.
Okay, that was y'all's try.
Yeah,
that's just hard, bro. Like, yeah,
that's my least favorite song.
Damn. Okay, word.
But people be asking us to perform that. I swear to
God. Yeah, bro.
That's my least favorite song. Like,
so like
too. Like both of us hate that song.
That's I mean, that's just some artist shit. I mean, it's like like you can have a song and point out 98 different things wrong with it. Like I didn't hit this. You know what I mean? But people like bro.
Like, yeah,
exactly, man. So I mean, just like what went into that. Like why didn't you drop it on like Spotify or like we're all just like let's just see if people like this and then you fucking just run away from the keyboard.
That was really it.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Let's just see what people think about it.
Right.
And for real, like in the branding process, like I said, like we were really serious and we are like big fans of a lot of artists, right?
Yeah.
I'm a big Nicki Minaj fan.
Right.
He's a big like Beyonce fan.
Right.
You know what I mean? And just watching how passionate they are about their art and their branding of things, and we just didn't want to put out stuff that didn't really represent us.
Yeah,
it was just like trial and error, you know what I mean? And I think that's what holds us back from releasing so much music because we're always overthinking. And like I'll write a song and I'll love it for like 3 weeks, and then 2 weeks later I'm like, nah.
I gotta. I've even been on that myself. Just like you fucking just burn the song to the ground. Like,
swear to
the
God.
moment you find
other
that shit.
people will be like, you should release this.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
right.
But I feel like it has to feel right to you because you got to perform it.
I don't know.
So I mean, like, no, but I'm like, I feel that. I mean, like, how was the recording process for you initially?
Yeah, so it was not easy. Like, I'm being 100%.
Of course,
honest.
bro. Yeah.
Chris is a G in the studio.
Yeah.
Like, he can go in there and he can hear stuff and he can figure out, like, how does make his voice do it. You know what I mean? I'm good. Like, when I go live, all my personality is there. I'm used to, like, hosting events and stuff like that, you know? Right. But when I get in the studio and I hear myself, it, like, does something to me. Like, so for me, it was a challenge at first because I just kept on playing with my voice and, like, trying to find comfort in, like, what my tone is or whatever. And sometimes I have a tendency to talk really proper. Like, you know? So that has been something I was, like, battling with in the raps, like, especially when I'm trying to convey a certain energy, and it's like, you can't say it like that. So
you can't pronounce your R's, nigga.
Exactly. Oh, for real, exactly. Like, you gotta give the energy you want the people to feel.
Right,
so that was a learning process.
Interesting. Okay, and like just from between that and shots, do you think, like, you know, you overcame that, like, in the course of those? Okay,
yes,
dope.
Yes.
Nice.
Definitely overcame it. And I think when we first released Shots, because that was the only song we had live and people liked it, we got stuck in this bubble, like, oh, that's the type of music we need to make. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, yeah, right.
You know, so for me, it got kind of challenging because I like all types of music, but obviously that's not, like, my specific lane.
No.
I like to bounce around.
Of course.
But now I found comfort in that.
I
think that Super NXC and the people that do support us are comfortable with that as well, that we bounce from different genres.
And like you're just, and like, no, that just like speaks to, you know, again, just your creative energy. And it's just like you're not one thing.
Who wants to be boxed in?
It's just like you're specifically
of my organization,
shit, you know. No, bro, and like just even, bro. Speaking of, man, True TPGH, which if anyone, you know, out there does not know, and, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, man, it's a community platform for, you know, LGBTQ, you know, resource sharing, you know, just queer, you know, arts, you know, activism, entertainment, you know, bro, and it's just like a safe space for really everybody, you know what I mean? And it's just like, you know, super dope. And I think, you know, just like, you know, the community, like the energy, like, you know, you're creating over there is, you know, super dope, bro. So talk about how you, you know, found yourself being a co-founder to this. And I know you said you started it in 2019, right?
Yeah. Oh, no.
Or around that time, or?
The building. So,
okay,
we
got
moved
you.
in the studio 2019.
Copy. Okay.
Before that, we were, like, virtual and renting spaces.
Okay.
But we started, like, 2009. It was me and my best friend / partner, Dez. When we were in college, we were actually members of the ballroom scene. So
okay, word.
At that time, we realized that there was a void, right? We were going to these events, we're traveling, and when we come home, we realize people are homeless, people don't have food, people don't have money, people are struggling outside of the ball. So at the time, he was working at the Pittsburgh AIDS Task Force. I was working at the Kelly. Well, I was a Pittsburgh public ally working at the Kelly Stern Theater. So we combined the resources from our two jobs and brought them into our organization. So basically, we start throwing, like, balls and events that would bring people together. But now we're wrapping in HIV, STI prevention, and awareness. Now we're finding opportunities for you to perform on big stages at the Kelly Stern Theater, at the August Wilson Center, and also reminding our community that though this is like a taboo underground thing that you, at the time, you only know if you know. It's more popular now. But you can make a career off of this. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this could be your income, voguing on stages in front of these people or whatever respective category you might walk. You know what I mean? So that was our thing. And we did that virtually. We partnered with lots of organizations, Kelly Strayhorn Theater, August Wilson, Allies for Health and Wellness, Hugh Lane, a bunch of other people or whatever. And then we finally moved in our space 2019.
Dope.
So that was like right before the pandemic. But we finally got to quit our jobs and take on this hat, which was really scary because when we first quit our jobs, we didn't know how we was about to have an income.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like, you know, you're taking a gamble, you know? And it happened to work out. We ended up meeting with the Jewish Healthcare Foundation. We toured with, like, the state and stuff, and we got our first grant, which actually sustained everything. And from there, we've been able to get a lot of other grants done.
That's fucking crazy, bro. That's, I mean, like, was that your first, like, entrepreneur, like, I mean, like, do you call entrepreneurial, like, you're like was that like you know, like your first entrepreneurial effort, would you say?
I guess it really was like our first thing, and it just we lucked out, and we're able to make something out of it.
No, absolutely. And just from your perspective, bro, like, how have you seen you know, like, True T just, like, you know, help people navigate the you know, like, their artistic / you know, creative endeavors, you know what I mean?
Yes. So we're like 50-50 health and wellness and then arts and creative. So for the arts and entertainment side, we actually just this past January, we launched the Artist Collective. It's called Tag Collective.
Yes, absolutely. Right, for sure, definitely.
We got, like, so within the collective, there's 18 current artists. They are multidisciplinary. So we got singers, dancers, choreographers, videographers, whatever. But these are all people that I have watched and or worked with over 2 to 5 years, right? And I've seen them do their thing, and with or without my support, they're going to do their thing.
Sure, right.
Like they're passionate about the work. Right. And so now that our organization has resources that can uplift that, we bring them in, you know what I mean? And we just add an extra cushion for them.
Yeah.
So Manny DiBiase, Liz Scott, Ayana Sade, JD, those are just some of our vocal performers in the Tech Collective. And they really give me like, bro, like I don't know, they keep me going for real.
Sure, right.
Like, but outside of that, we create the platforms, right?
Yeah.
So we create balls, we host events, we create things around community needs. So people are very vocal with us.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
whether
absolutely.
It's good, bad, or indifferent.
Like, literally, like they're not afraid to tell us what they're feeling.
But like people have like been like, yo, like I mean, like what like negative feedback?
So when we were first starting to bring balls more mainstream, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know how else to say this, but when we first started doing that, it brought spectators, which were white people, right? And the community did not like that. Like they felt like they were being looked at as like a circus act. And so it was like trying to fine tune and figure out like what's the comfortable line. Because everything we do, we try to make sure that it's affordable or it's free or the community's getting something out of it.
Right.
But other people might have to uplift us with money.
Yeah. Uplift. I like that. Uplift me. Just uplift the community a little bit, you know what I mean? Just uplift us. That's it.
Support us, you know what I mean? Like, so that was really the intention of having more spectators is that these are the people that can pay $20 to get into the event. You know what I mean?
Right.
Today is different. You know, people want to be seen. They want to be recorded and stuff like that. So there's a lot more.
Absolutely. Right.
So that's just an example of like one of the pushbacks we got, and we had to like figure out how to navigate it because obviously we're throwing the balls for our community.
Right.
Not for the spectators.
Yeah, sure. So that's
I mean, we've also gotten pushback around different people we've collaborated with. I won't say names.
Yeah, obviously not. Yeah,
but,
for sure. Yeah,
know,
right. Yeah.
But we listen, you know what I mean? And I feel like the work that we're doing is to serve a community. It's not necessarily always for us. So there are things that we're going to create because it's something we're passionate about, but the majority of things are because that's what the community wants.
Facts. When y'all were doing the like the virtual setup, like how did y'all go about like I mean like were you still renting spaces for things like at that point?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So really the virtual setup was like we had a Facebook group, right?
Okay.
And the Facebook group was crazy. Like we had like 3,000 people from
okay.
United States that were in the ballroom scene in there, and we used it as like a means of building community. So I mean, we advertise events, people came, or if something's happening, people would bring it to the group, and that was where you can express yourself.
Right, yeah, first.
But that is really how we got our name out there, like by interacting and engaging with the community. And then from there, we created, we went visual, so we started doing like videos, and then Instagram came out, you know what I mean? And so you got more pictures and videos and ways to interview people.
Just like events or just
we were doing events and then HIV and STI testing.
Okay, word, all right, word.
But the entertainment aspect was events and workshops. So we also did Vogue workshops, and those were traveling between different companies and organizations.
So like with the Facebook group and like just even like before you even took it from there to like the the virtual platform, like when did you start like seeing it gain that momentum? I mean like because like I know, bro, again, quitting your job to like make this shit happen is crazy. So like was that like what was the gap between like when you did that and like like when you started to like see that shit gain some traction? Because like I'm sure maybe like a year in you're like, nigga,
the crazy
nigga.
Crazy thing is it kind of happened fast, right?
Oh shit, okay, there you go.
We strategically did it after an event that was kind of dramatic, right?
Right.
There was a lot of reasons for people to want to talk,
right?
And we created the group for them to do that, and that's initially how it started. Like, we were in college too, you know what I mean? So drama was part of life. You know what I mean? Like
shit, right?
I'll be honest, it started with drama, and then from the drama as we grew, because True Tea has always been something that we felt like grows with us. You know what I mean?
Mature with
when we started, like very entertainment. We realized as we're getting older, health, wellness, finance, and things were important. You know what I mean?
Niggas' knees started giving out. He's like, you know what? Let me drink some collagen real quick.
Calm down, like you know what I mean?
Shit, right?
But for real,
type shit, right? No, definitely.
Something that I feel like has to adapt with us as we get older. Our crowd is getting older,
right?
And younger as well. We got 13-year-olds now. You know what I mean? Like, so it's constantly changing.
Nah, facts, bro. And like, what was a moment for you, right, that let you know that like True Tea is like truly having, an impact, just from like a complete personal perspective, like.
Yeah. I could think more recently.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
There's been a lot of little things that it's like, okay, we're doing something right. You know what I mean? Like, even I remember the first time we got to get featured on the news. That was a big deal because it was like, you know what I mean? Who would think we'd be on the news?
Yeah.
But I think more recently,
what'd y'all get featured for on the news?
Our Galaxy Ball.
Okay,
for one of our event advertisements.
Okay, well, that's crazy.
And we've also been featured for our emergency housing program as well.
Yes, absolutely. Like, don't you have a program right now that's for some housing?
Yeah, so that actually ended in where are we? 2024. Yeah, that ended 2023.
Okay.
December 2023.
Okay, got you.
Yeah, unfortunately, I mean, it went a good 2 years strong, but we never had like official funding for it. It was something that we were working
grassroots.
Really
Right.
To
for
like
sure.
flip money around.
Definitely.
And ultimately in the program, because of like the quality of the space that we're trying to keep for the tenants. Every time someone was out, you need a new bed. You know, the furniture was constantly, it got really expensive.
Sure.
Couldn't find the funding. But there are new organizations that have risen, such as the Community Center. They have emergency housing now. So we absorbed all of our resources.
That's dope. Nice, yeah.
But what was the original
question?
No,
I know. Yeah, nah, niggas went off on a whole tangent. But no, like, just from, like, again, at any point, bro, just, like, from your perspective, like, what was a moment that, like, you were, you know, seeing True T have, like, a true impact?
So, more recently, this past May, we were invited to Princeton University. Wow. And that was something I never would have thought would happen.
Crazy,
you know what I mean?
It's crazy.
We got invited down there to kind of do like a lecture, talk about True Tea and ballroom, and then also put on a performance for their students as well.
Right.
They had a good couple hundred people there. It was
crazy.
Like all of our first time there. And I mean, I'm a college dropout. Like I went to college twice and dropped out twice. I went to PTI and I went to CCAC.
Okay,
And I dropped out both times. And I just never thought I was going back to college.
I mean, bro, like it's clearly something like you didn't necessarily need to do what
honestly,
you're doing. You know
exactly.
What I mean?
You know what I mean?
Waste of time, energy.
Like, not
you know
to discourage anybody in school.
No, bro.
There
like,
are ways around
bro.
it.
I always, bro. Like I'm like I say the same thing, bro. Like, it's just like I'm not gonna denounce college.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like, yo, like, if you're gonna go and you're not trying to be no doctor or nothing like that, like, bro, like, major in, like, you know, accounting, because, like, bro, like, and like, I know it sounds like mundane, but I'm just saying, like, you can get an accounting job without an accounting degree. Exactly. So imagine if you have a college degree, bro. Like, I'm telling you, bro, like, you will get a job right outside of school. Like, if you just want to make, you know, money, like, you don't really give a fuck about being the next doctor, like, if it's not a STEM job, bro, like, accounting, bro, and, like, there's, like, one other thing, like, you know, me and Mike were talking about, like, you know, what degree, like, if you're not getting, like, a technical degree, like, you know, you should get. Accounting is one of them, bro. But, bro, otherwise, bro,
I'm always going to need accountants,
bro. That's what I'm saying, bro. You will always need an accountant, bro. And, like, they're hiring niggas.
Money will always be
That's what I'm saying. Always. You feel me? So, and, like, bro, they will hire you without a degree, and not necessarily like saying like you need a degree to, you know, just like, you know, get your foot in the door with that job. But with a degree, bro, and accounting, bro, come on, son. You know, but other than that, is it super? I mean, if you're going to major in fucking bait and hook fishing or whatever, come on, son. You might as well, dog. You might as well just go fucking fish, my nigga. No, like, exactly. yeah, for real. Like, yeah.
Honestly, I feel like in life, like, if you don't go to school, like, it's really about immersing yourself in opportunities to gain experience.
Immersing yourself in opportunities to gain experience.
Sometimes it might be voluntary, you know,
right?
What I mean?
Yeah.
But
Facts.
You still count that. You
trial by fire situations.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
Like trial by fire, and just
life.
being passionate. Like, I feel like when people see that you are passionate about yourself and growing and trying to better yourself, people are more prone to help you.
Yeah,
no, support you and uplift you.
Definitely,
like,
bro. Nah, that Princeton fucking trip is fucking crazy, bro. And so, like, I mean, just like, you know, like, after that, like, what was the reception after, you know, like, y'all came through
for Princeton?
Yeah,
yeah, it was crazy. Like, honestly, I wasn't sure how it was going to go. Right, I thought,
why?
Because when you think Princeton, you
know, like, no, I mean, but, like, it is what it is, bro. That's like an Ivy League school, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like, it's a certain demeanor, like, you expect the people to have.
We would be the circus act.
It's like, right.
At us like we're crazy, but they were lively, like, and it was multicultural, ages as well. Like, there were older people, there were young people, and and they were actually listening. And I think that is important. Like, it's one thing for us to come into your space and vogue for you and let you clap and be entertained. You know what I mean? But for you to understand the history and why we're doing this, I feel like that is more important.
Sure,
you know what I mean?
Right.
Because America in particular has a habit of rewriting people's histories. You know what I mean? And
really?
Clearly.
Never seen you do that.
And people already think Madonna and Tamar and love Beyonce down, but they think that they made most of the trending things that are happening in the world today. But they're coming to our underground events, they're educating themselves, and they're stealing our shit and going public with it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
No,
and they got the bigger reach.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's understandable, bro. And like that's dope that like it turned out like that.
Yes,
you know
swear to God. Shout outs to Heather Ray. Love you down.
Right. So like, and again, just me being curious, bro. Like, how did you prior to True T, bro? How did you navigate the creative scene in the city? Like, how did you break into? Because like I know you said the ballroom scene was like kind of like how you ingratiated yourself into like the general scene, but I mean like after that, like just like even like more recently as an artist, bro. Well, like I guess like as an artist, it was post True T. Yeah. So like like how are you just like navigating like kind of breaking into the creative scene like prior to the True T?
Yeah, no, that's right. So yeah, I started in ballroom, but ballroom is underground, right? Mm-hmm. So it is detached from a lot of other things.
Right, sure.
I feel like I really got my break when I got to work at the Kelly Strahan Theater, honestly.
Fair enough, right?
It really was.
Right.
It showed me a whole different world. Like, we were already producing our own events as True T, right?
Right.
But going into the Kelly Strahan Theater and seeing the structure that they create behind the creation of everything that they do. There's so much thought put into everything. Mm-hmm. Like, literally every movement in the performance means something. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
And it really made me fall in love with the arts for real. And I'm not a dancer, like, but that's primarily what you see at the Kelly Strahan Theater. There are some vocal, but it's mostly dance.
Okay.
But getting to work behind the scenes and work with the artists, I got to create some amazing relationships.
Yeah, right.
And everyone used to always be like, you could do more. What do you want to do? And I'd be like, I'm cool. I just like, producing events and emceeing them or whatever.
Yeah, right.
But there were so many artists that used to really like push me to try to do more. And I feel like when I did come out as a musician or whatever, they were super happy to embrace me for real.
Yeah.
And I was able to make some really meaningful relationships at KST that got me some of my first bookings as well. You know what I mean?
Facts.
And then from there, someone sees you there and they book you for something else. And,
right.
Yeah.
How'd you initially start working at the Kelly Strahan?
Yeah,
facts.
I was a public ally. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
you did say that, right.
You do that for 12 months, and if you do well, the organization can offer to hire you there.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, no,
that was like my goal. I used to think Kelly Strahan Theater was like Bad Boy.
Like
literally. I just feel like it was like working for Diddy.
Yeah, gave you the chain and all that.
Swear to God,
yeah,
I was
right.
so proud. Like, you worked a lot.
You made it. Yeah. Welcome to Death Row, man. Yeah, right. Yeah,
made it.
Yeah,
and I swear to God, everything I learned in public allies and at Kelly Strahan Theater, I use every day in my life. Like, swear to God. Like,
no, I mean, like, what would you say, like, some of like the biggest things that you maybe walked away with after your experience?
Definitely public speaking. Like, when I first joined public allies, like, that was one of my goals in public allies, was to be able to speak in front of people more, because I used to like sweat, I'd be shaking, like fumbling over words and stuff like that. So when I got to Kelly Strahan Theater, they're like, oh, you're going to MC all the events or whatever.
Oh shit, damn.
Yeah, like, okay.
Traumatize you immediately. Yeah.
Exactly. But they had this big thing about finding comfort in uncomfortable situations.
Yeah,
right?
sure, right, absolutely.
So after a good 3 months of that, I guess I finally found some comfort in it. And I did that for like 4 years, for real.
Wow, okay, here you go.
It's more scary to talk about something that's not yours, you know what I mean? Like, because you're scared to just fuck it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
But now that I get to actually talk about my stuff and myself, it's a lot more comfortable. And I love public speaking.
No, bro, that's hard as shit. I mean, bro, shout out to them. Like, it's just like, dope, like a job that like you actually had was able to just like, propel you to like, do all this stuff.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Shout out Janera Sullivan and Joseph Hall.
That's awesome.
But they are both black leaders, and honestly, like, they really pushed me.
Yeah, bro.
I feel like they need more visibility.
No, definitely. I kind of want to go back to what you said about because just with everything with True T, bro, like you said, like a grant really like help propel you from. And bro, like we've had a couple people on here, more than a handful, like talk about the power of grants and like just really what they what they could do for you, man. So like, how did you find out that was like a feasible lane and just. Because I know that process isn't the easiest. Like, you got to do a whole, bunch of, like, get a grant, You know what I mean? So yeah, just like talk about that process and like when you finally got it, like what was the mentality?
Yeah, so Kelly Stern Theater was my first nonprofit I worked at.
Okay.
They sustain off of grants, right? So that was my first like introduction to grants and grant writing just in general. I never thought that I would get a grant of the size that we got for ourselves, I guess.
Yeah.
But in the midst of us transitioning out of our jobs to look for our space and whatnot, we found out that there were some grants through the state health department for HIV and STI prevention, and that was what we do.
Yeah.
So yeah, Dez, I will say, is a much better health and wellness grant writer. Right.
Yeah, right.
So he really led this side of things.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Like we were all there for the ideas, but as far as like buzzwords and the writing of it, Dez ate all that.
Yeah.
And he got us to a point that this Harrisburg, the representatives in Harrisburg, they were super impressed, right? And they're like, oh, well, we need to come see you in person to make sure you're not lying, blah, blah, blah. So we had like 10 reps from Harrisburg come and tour us and interview us, and they really loved us. And they ended up giving us the grant, and now we've had it for 4 going on 5 years, you know what I mean? But that grant really is super helpful, and it helps us to – the grant is for the community.
Right.
You know what I mean? So basically everything that we need to get for the community, condoms, food, bus pass tickets, that grant really suffices a lot of it. And then what I've learned is that when you do get awarded a grant from a respectable funder, right? And it's written in your contract, you have to advertise it, you know what I mean?
Right.
And other funders see that, then they're a little more comfortable, like, giving you money as well. So that's kind of how it played out. We got the one big grant, and then I think a lot of the other funders were a little more comfortable. And so as we start writing more grants, it wasn't as difficult.
Nah, facts. That's crazy. Like, as far and like bro, like again, shout out to Grantspan, and like is that something like you have to reapply for every year?
Yeah, so it has like an automatic renewal, but you got to go through like monitoring. They got to audit you and all that stuff.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, but yes,
niggas pocketing 20 grand
every 5 years.
Okay, word. All right, yeah, they got to make sure. Nah, bro. One thing about America, they're gonna make sure their money is going where it's going.
Where it's going, every penny.
Yeah, right. Yeah, for real, bro. Like,
if you don't got
man,
you are not getting reimbursed.
No bullshit, bro. Like, shit is crazy. But nah, man, that's super dope. And then just like, so like, when you got the grant, like, what was like, I mean, like, was the space one like the first things like y'all pretty much acquired?
Yeah. So actually, I'm lying, right? I just remembered something. So the JHF grant was our big grant that pushed us to sustain the space.
Right.
But the first grant was actually from Be Me.
Mm-hmm.
And I forget what it stands for right now, but I'm a part of it.
Yeah. But it's my shit.
But no, basically, it's a black male empowerment, and that's what it is. Black male empowerment.
Here you go, be a me.
Yes. Black male empowerment program, right? Yeah. So I was nominated in like 2018. As part of that, you had to go to like DC and spend like 3 days there doing challenges, all that stuff, whatever.
Shit, yeah.
But at the end of it, they give you $10,000.
Oh shit!
So I won the $10,000 from there, and from there we announced on Facebook that we had that grant. Then we had another funder reach out like, "Oh, I would like to support you," and then we applied for the JHF. That's how that worked.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, no, that's wild. No, bro, and I mean, how did you even go about, like, was it just like something like you just kind of opened up to the community and like they just kind of gravitated towards it? Did you build that network? Because like I know, like, I mean, like from like the Facebook group, y'all made the virtual joint, and then like from the virtual joint, like y'all were able to get the grants, like get the space and everything. But like when y'all had like the brick and mortar space, like was it people that y'all knew, or like I'm assuming like did anyone bring a certain base over, like?
Yeah, so when we first moved into the building, it was very ballroom heavy, right?
Okay,
so
when
we first moved in, our ballroom crowd, they supported us. They came, and a lot of the events and programs that we were creating were around that specific community.
Right, yeah.
As the pandemic came, and it was a blessing and a curse, I guess, because it was scary, but it also forced us to reevaluate what we were doing, you know what I mean? And like, how are we going to be here another 5 years? And the pandemic forced us to open up to new ideas and find different audiences, and we really start working with new partners as well, because we have a habit of like, all right, we're good, we'll work with y'all for 20 years, you know what I mean? But you do have to explore and
of course, right,
find other partners. So yeah, bringing in new partners as well helped to bring different crowds, and then that helped us to gauge what people wanted,
right?
So yeah,
as far as like, I mean, just from like a community standpoint, like we'll go back to the music side here and in a bit, but like what made you want to like just be ingratiated like into the community and just like help it so much and just like help move it forward?
Yeah, honestly, I think I've always been that friend.
Yes.
Like,
It's funny. That's funny.
It kind of just comes natural.
Yeah,
I've always been a friend. Like,
that's dope,
people
though.
tell me their deepest, darkest secrets, and somehow everybody's problem becomes mine. You know what I mean? Like, I just always been that person, and just organically, the friends that I made are those people too. You know, so we just all kind of naturally came together, and it just happened for real.
Was there like, I mean, like, did y'all like get or like overcome like any hiccups, like just in, you know, when you were getting shit from like the ground up?
There's been a lot.
Yeah. Right.
I'll just say this. So me and Dez started True Tea. We are the ones who created the idea, but we've had like 10 different members in True Tea.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
Type shit.
So
right?
we've had various iterations.
A rotating cast.
Yes. Yes. Dez, Julian, and myself are the only consistent cast
type
members.
Shit. Yeah, right. Okay, I feel that.
But yeah, it's definitely had a lot of hiccups. And then I also think the biggest one is being a member of the community you serve.
Sure.
And so, you know what I mean? Like, I party with the people I help, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and so sometimes it's harder to get them to see you in this leadership light. Wow. You know what I mean? Like,
how do you deal with that, bro? That's kind of like, I mean, because like it's kind of like the age-old tale, right? Like, if you're like, just like from like a work standpoint, like you can't be friends with your manager, your manager can't try to be friends with you, you know what I mean? Because like they'll never, see you on that manager, like, you know what I mean? So I mean, like, how did you deal with that? Like,
that's something I feel like I just started really figuring out these past couple years. For real. Like, I feel like I always have been, I just don't like to make people feel beneath me. You know what I mean? Like, and so, but that's also like, people find their comfort. Like,
yeah, but like, and like also think that like, not saying you, but like, I think that's the connotation that people have about leadership. That's what you have to do.
And you got a few over people.
Opposite, bro. Yes, opposite. Like, that's like that shows a weak leader, bro. Yes. Like, if you get in position of power and you immediately like, you know, trying to put people under your thumb and step over people and like impose your power over them, that comes from an insecure place, bro. It just comes from a insecure, just like insecure place.
Like, it makes you question why they're in that leadership position.
Yeah, why
is it because
why am I following this person? Like,
you know what I mean?
Absolutely,
like,
no. I
never wanted to be that person.
Mm-hmm.
I've had bosses like that, you know what I mean?
Bro.
And I've just never wanted to be that person.
Absolutely.
So I feel like all of us, we try to be like very relatable, and it's been a double-edged sword because sometimes, you know, people start to treat you like their girlfriend or whatever.
Yeah, right.
And then more recently, like especially during the pandemic, I realized I had to separate myself from the crowd. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So I'm not out.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Unless you book me,
or right.
I'm supposed to be there. I'm not.
Right. And like that's really like, yo, unless you paying niggas, you know what I mean? The incentive is low.
But that's also how the drama starts. You know what I mean? Like,
I guess.
How people take things the wrong way. Or there was also this period in which, like, if I wasn't at somebody's event, they automatically thought I had an issue.
That's I hate that. That's corny, son. That's like the corny shit. It's just like, come on, son. Like,
people got lives. Like, I could literally,
bro. You don't even know. You don't know if I'm late on the brick. Yeah. You don't know what's going on with me. You don't know what's going on with me. Poppy could have called me. I'm lit on the brick. I got to go fly it. Like, you know what I mean? And now my whole shit, you know what I mean? Now I'm on the run.
People take it serious. Like,
nah, I'm just fucking around.
Heart.
That's crazy. They really will, though. That's crazy.
Yeah. No, for real. And even today. Like, you know what I mean? But, yeah, I learned, like, you know, just stay at my own little lane.
Right.
And I'll be out when I need to be.
Nah, definitely. I'm kind of like, you know, taking it back to, like, forgive me. I'm kind of like, you know, time jumping here.
No,
but I know, like, it was about 3 years ago now. I think like 2021. Like, you performed at the Allies Ball. Was that with Christopher?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was.
Okay. Word. Yeah. I mean, like, was that one of y'all's first performances? Because like I know like y'all were performing like before you even released it. You know, your single. So like, how many performances did you have under your belt at that point? Were you already in the flow of performing by that point?
No. So in 2020 when we first started, we were doing a small, you know, like 10, 20 people performing.
Yeah, right, yeah.
That was our first with like a bigger crowd, I guess, performance. And
where was that joint at?
Ready for it. That was it's in Oakland. I don't even know what it's called, but you know where they have like the funnel cakes in Oakland? Like, it's like a park.
Like, damn, man.
It's down by the Pitt Library, like across from the Pitt Library.
Okay.
I don't know what it's called.
Okay.
But yeah, it was really nice though. And I appreciated that they gave us the opportunity because we were feeling like we shouldn't accept it at that time because we only had 2 songs. It was like, but yeah, it was a learning experience.
How the
I think the biggest thing for that one was like us figuring out our style. Like that was the first time we actually started exploring with like how we want to dress and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, like, what was your big takeaway from that? Like, I mean, how did it ultimately go?
So I know now how to set my expectations around the gigs that we accept or perform at. You know what I mean? Like, and knowing your audience, I think, is a big part of that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like what genre of music they will be most into.
Right. Yeah, facts.
That was my biggest takeaway.
No, for sure. No, definitely. And no, that's hilarious. Just because, I mean, bro, like, people's first performances, man, you know, you can get any story.
For real, though. For real.
Bro.
You get a lot.
Do you remember your first performance?
Say it again?
Do you remember your first performance?
Like solo?
Well, I mean, just like, you know, like with Christopher or just like even solo, yeah.
Yeah, I think our first performance was for the Pittsburgh Arts Council with Jaquaya Mabel.
Shout out Jaquaya.
Shout out Jaquaya. That's one of the artists I was talking about earlier.
Yeah, right.
But Jaquaya booked us for it, and I don't even remember what the event was called.
No, first.
It was great, though. The energy was crazy. The stage was great.
Oh, shit, all right.
The crowd was dope. And Jaquaya gave us, like, this crazy introduction that made you feel like you had to do good. Like, you know what I mean?
Bro,
like,
Jaquaya will make you fit, bro. She might have to do my, like, bro, like the intro for this, bro. Like,
just so much love.
Just fills it with love, bro. And just, you know, Jaquaya, like, dog can give the room a hug. Like, I'm just like.
She could sing without a mic.
Bro,
like,
bro, come on, bro.
Like,
she can sing in the next week, bro. Facts, man. Nah, that's dope. Yeah. That's super dope.
I believe our first performance was Jaquaya May.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, bro, it's just, you know, small world, man.
Yes.
That's wild. So I mean, like, at what point did you spin off, like, you know, by yourself? I mean, like, do you still collaborate with, you know, Christopher? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Chris just bought a house, right? So
shout out
to Chris, right? Like, he was focused, like, but that is why we took a little pause and
whatnot. I mean, respectable, understandable,
life,
right?
I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, and then he also has his solo endeavors. I have my solo endeavors. So Super NXT is always going to be here.
Sure.
It's just like in the midst of it, there are some things that we want to explore on our own. So we have like 30 songs probably unreleased for Super NXT right now.
What? Yo, nah, y'all are bullshitting with that.
Like 30, swear to God.
Y'all can't be sitting on that.
But it's the recording process, swear to God.
I guess, yeah.
I don't know. We're both real picky.
Right.
We are real picky.
Hey, bro, don't pick yourself into paralysis. Yeah, don't be in picky paralysis,
Even
you know?
This year, swear to God, for like Pride, we just performed like 4 times. And we performed all these songs nobody can find online.
That's
like,
crazy.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Nah, y'all be doing that to these too. That's crazy. Like, yeah, yo, here y'all go. And this doesn't exist practically.
That's
so,
it.
yeah.
The thing I do like about it is that you kind of get to pick the audience's brain. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
Like, I get to see like how they respond to different stuff, or like how different crowds respond to the songs before we actually drop them.
Right, yeah, fair.
And it's just Pittsburgh, so it's like the world ain't here.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
No, I mean, so like when you when did you like officially like, you know, just decide to like, you know, all right, you know, let me do the Nick James shit?
Yeah, so it still is in process.
Actually. Yeah, absolutely, for sure, absolutely.
I've only released 1 solo song so far, and it's only on there because I needed to create the Spotify
like profile. Yeah, right.
So I just put that on there as like a safekeeping. When I apply for stuff, I can send them to something.
Yeah.
But I too have roughly like 20 to 30 solo songs that I haven't released.
You got to release.
Swear to God,
bro.
I'm working on my EP right now.
Okay.
So it's like done for real. It's the mixing and mastering and just like re-listening and finding like the errors and stuff. But I'm hoping to drop it this September.
Yeah, man. I mean, bro, again, man, just from an artist, and like, I'm not trying to like fucking preach your off or nothing like that, but like, no, bro, like. And again, I'm not an artist. I just, you know, talk to them all day. I'm a huge fan. I'm just like a huge nerd of like, you know, music and just everything. You know what I mean, bro? Like,
technically, or artists.
I won't give myself that much credit, man. You know what I mean? Yeah. I won't give myself that much credit, bro. But like, you know, just again, like, it's just kind of like a nuclear conversation, like, you know, we have, you know, like with ours all the time, bro. Like, bro, just put it out, bro. Bro, just put it out. Like, it's never, and I'm not saying like you should forego quality. You know what I mean? Like if something doesn't sound right to you, you know what I mean, then fix what like, you know, you gotta fix.
Yeah.
But like at the same time, like if you're kind of hearkening on like one note in like the you know, the back trumpet isn't quite the way, I'm just like, my nigga, these niggas are not gonna be sober enough to hear the back trumpet. Like, just drop this shit. You know what I mean, bro? Like you never.
That'd be
know.
us, though.
Yeah, bro.
Like, the smallest shit. That nobody's probably going to notice,
bro.
like,
And y'all are artists. Are like that will be the tell of an artist until the end of time, bro. Like I mean, you always have a deeper eye, you know, not just like on your shit.
And once you put it out, you feel like it's forever. You know
right?
What I mean? Like
100%.
You know what I mean? But I agree with what you're saying.
No, for sure.
I've gotten this talk quite a few of.
Yeah.
And I agree. Like if you don't just release it, you're never going to. You know what I mean? I've been sitting on shit for 2 years now.
Yeah, right.
You know, and as the years go by, the song feels older. So I don't even know if it'll ever come out. Like,
nah, bro, nah, man. It'll come out. Like just like if you're like, how many songs are you planning on?
For the EP, I'm gonna do 8.
Okay, yeah, calm, for sure. Yeah,
I just want people to get a taste of like my different personalities.
Yeah,
like, crazy. Like,
I've been saying.
But for real,
yeah, right.
But yeah, like I don't want people to get stuck with one sound. Like though the sounds make sense, obviously it's not just gonna be like country and then like hip hop. But I don't want people to think like I only talk about gay stuff because I'm gay, or like I only make twerk music because I'm gay. Yeah. But for real,
stupid, bro. I'm crying. No, I feel like just you funny yourself for that. That's funny as shit.
For real.
No, facts. No, I feel you, bro. And I mean, just even and like you can reveal like however much you want to reveal, but like. I don't know, like what styles you dipping into? Like is there any certain genres that you're experimenting with? Then like, cause like I know Super NXT, like you said, like it was kind of like a fusion of like the soca, Trinidad, you know what I mean, like kind of vibe. Is that like, are you taking bits and pieces from that from y'all's time together and like putting it in your own show, or like are you completely deviating from what you usually do?
Yeah, initially. When I first started working on the solo project, it was like adapting my favorite parts of Super NXT.
Yeah, right.
I mean? But as I've like grown, it's kind of deviating away from Super NXT.
Yeah,
and I kind of appreciate that more.
Bro,
it
you are evolving. That's what I'm saying. Like, and bro, again, just going back, you're not one thing, bro. You're going to grow. You're going to change, bro. Even from a day-to-day standpoint.
Right.
Like,
yes.
Different shit. You know what I mean? Like, it just is what it is.
Wake up every day feeling some way.
Literally,
you know what I mean?
Bro,
like,
yeah,
and that is the style of the music. It's mood music. Like, it's up, it's down, it's high energy, and it's me talking shit.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, and like I was telling you, there's some situations in life in which I experienced things and I didn't go to Facebook about it or social media, and so maybe I make mention of it in my song.
Sure.
But it's basically like my diary to myself to share with everybody else. And it's stories of my life and people around me, for real. Like,
yeah. With your like with your single Marco Polo, like I'm like I know like you, I mean you said like you just put it up on Spotify, just like
I hate that song too.
Make your pay, yeah, for real. That's funny as hell. But no, just out of curiosity, I mean, like, what went into recording that song? Like, were you later just like, yo, fuck it, I'm gonna just release any song and just get my shit up there?
That was the one song that in my head I was like, it's not gonna be on my EP. So
I just
put it up there. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, it's just like a safe song. And when I do perform it live, people usually be into it. I don't like the recording of it.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Yeah, facts. And I don't know, because like I mean, like you even just kind of spoke on it briefly, because like Super NXT is gonna be its own thing, but not really speaking like content wise, but more just from like the creativity aspect or just the experience of really just being a musical act. Like, what if anything did you take from that experience and then like bring over into your solo career?
Yeah. So I honestly, like, getting on the stage is my favorite part of it all. You know what I mean? Like, I love the live performing part. But from the Super NXT experience, it really helped me to see, like, how important the visual aspect is, too. Like, I mean, I like to dress nice and stuff, but I have never been, like, a fashionista. You know what I mean? And, like, Super NXT really forced me to explore, like, my fashion sense, I guess.
For real?
Like,
okay.
Yeah, and, like, wear stuff I was uncomfortable with. Like, it did. Like, I had platform. I wear platforms now. But like, when I perform. But before then, like, I would not put on platforms. You know what I mean? Like, but it forced me to, like, try stuff that I wouldn't normally. And also working with our own fashion designer. So he would create the stuff for us, you know what I mean?
Okay. Damn, how did you get a fashion designer?
Malcolm Williams with Willie G's. Like, so he's someone from the ballroom scene who I've actually known for like 15 years now or whatever.
Yeah, right.
But this is our first time working together in this iteration and with me as like a model per se. You know what I mean? Like, usually I'm working behind the scenes helping him or something. But Yeah, he literally will sit there and draw a concept out, show us, ask us if we're comfortable, and in 30 minutes it could be done. Like, swear to God.
That's crazy. Yeah,
seeing like his creativity and understanding like now there's really no limit. Like he can literally make anything.
Yeah.
You know? Like I took that away, like the visual side of things. And then also we were in the process of releasing a music video for Cheeky, right?
Okay, yeah.
And that process was a learning experience as well, especially just learning like how much it costs in general, like for a quality video.
Yeah,
you know
bro.
what I mean, like it was crazy. Like, it was crazy, and the video will never be out.
Wait, why not?
It was a lie. I won't even say it just because I don't
Damn. All right.
But it was a dramatic experience. We'll just say that.
So I mean, like I'm just because like you said, bro. Like I know like the effort that I probably took and just for that shit not to come out, my nigga. It's just like damn.
We got photo shoots that ain't gonna come out. Like
son.
Swear to God.
Was it like a technical thing or like did like the situation break down or like
what you say?
Was it like a technical thing or like the situation break down or like?
It was more like situational.
Yes, yeah, okay, just kind of broke down.
Yeah.
Hey, man, no, we can not, bro. We can leave it at that. Like that just sucks. That like
we were trying to at one point have like this in between like management team. You know what I mean? And it was just a lot going on between there and with the videographer team.
Yeah, facts.
Prices kept changing. It was just like it was a lot.
Did y'all didn't make a video for shots? Did y'all?
Nah, we have a visualizer.
Yeah.
Performances, but not actual.
Okay, word.
Yeah.
When I mean, like when it hit 16, I mean, bro, like when shots got the streams it got, like what were y'all like? I mean, like how recent is that?
We were gagging.
Yeah.
Like, we were really gagging, honestly, because we were thinking we were about to get like 20 streams from our friends.
Yeah.
But also we did market it a lot. Like we had to advertise. You know what I mean? Like we had playlisted. So I mean, we did work for it a little bit. You know what I mean? But
first.
We didn't think we were going to get that many streams, honestly. Especially like, I don't know. We just didn't think we were going to get that many streams.
Yeah,
but
fair.
when we did, it gave us more like oomph. Like, okay, maybe we could do this for real. Like, you know what I mean? And then we took a year and released Cheeky.
Yeah, right.
No, it was done. Like Cheeky was done.
That's
like,
crazy.
but yeah, it was the recording process. We kept changing it, and they're like, yeah.
What is your like creative process? Like, are you someone that like just needs to sit with things for like a while?
Yeah, like I like to start by myself for real.
Okay.
Like me and Chris, we very rarely like sit in a room together and like write a song. Like we'll start the concept together, listen to the beat, and get the theme and idea of what we hear. But then we both gotta take it home and like do it ourselves. You know what I mean? Especially because you don't want to like get stuck in like trying to sound like the other person. You know what I mean? Copying their flow or whatever. And I feel like I find more creativity just being by myself.
No, facts. No, bro, I feel it, and
then I sit with it for 2 weeks.
And like, are you more like, do you got to write something down?
Yeah,
and just like before you go in the stew? Or?
Oh hell yeah.
Well, like not on some like freestyle shit, but like like maybe like a couple, not a couple days before, but like people like will jot down like just like maybe like a sentence. I mean, like work around that.
Like my new process now, I start from home, right? I write my song at home, and I have a little makeshift studio at my house.
Facts, yeah.
So to save time in the studio, I record myself so I could trial and error like my cadences or like just what I need to change. Then I send it to Chris and two of my best friends, and I let them pick it apart. Then we go to the studio, like so that then I can go in there kind of already knowing like what I want to do. Because that gets pricey.
No, man, I feel you, bro. Neek, man, thank you so much.
Hey,
for sharing your fucking story, bro. I mean, bro, it was a pleasure, chopping it up with you, bro. But if you got anything, coming up, just event wise, for True T, like for yourself, man, this is your, the floor is yours, man. But bro, again, appreciate you so much for taking the time, man. Thank you.
Appreciate you,
man.
Absolutely,
of course, bro. Absolutely.
Definitely. If y'all are available, check me out on the 28th of this month at Pittsburgh Black Pride. I will be performing at the Picnic. I believe it's in Highland Park. Check my Instagram for more information and follow me on social media at Neek Supa. That's NEEKSUPA. It's been a blessing, bro.
Man, my bro. Likewise, bro. We got Neek James on the fucking building, man. MIC podcast, episode 123, where everyone is a master of their own creation. Neek James in the fucking building. And we're out, bro. Peace.